Look at me, Roy. How are you? That's exactly what I'm trying to do, get things together. I had to text Pops. He wanted to know when I was doing my live stream, so see if he actually makes it on or if he's had too many wobbly pops. Look at him on the railroaders. Again, we're going to hear some traffic driving by because when I'm doing my live streams, I have to shut the exhaust fan off in my computer room, which is just happens to be a smoking room too. And there's always really cool people that drive by in those little Hyundai cars with the big mufflers on the back, and their arms are hanging out the window at minus 22 degrees. You know how it goes. Dreeper 789, how's it going? Hillbilly Railroad, what's up with you? As you guys can see, I took a drive today to Rapido. The reason why I drove there, and I was going to bring this up, is I ordered 4 of these from Rapido, and I ended up getting this in the mail. And yep, that's my address. Everybody knows what it is anyway. And I opened it up, and it was a decoder. Now, I don't do decoder installs on any of my locomotives. I take them over to Ron, to 448 Toyman, and he does the decoder installs. So when I got this, I called Rapido. And I'm like, I ordered 4 of the F40s, and I got 1 decoder. Did something go wrong with this order? And I was really starting to panic at this time because these are limited edition. And I all of a sudden thought I was getting 4 of these instead of 4 of those. So I called up Rapido and I got talking to Jordan and Michael when I was on the phone, and they said, no, the decoder is for a guy named Roy. Roy Hardwick ordered that and used your address, and you have to give it to some guy named Pops. I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that. I just happen to know who Pops is. I happen to know who Roy is, so it's all good. But wish he would have told me first, because I just about drove that back. So when I was talking to Mike on the phone, I said, well, about my F40s, do you guys have them? He said, yeah, they're going to be mailed out tomorrow. I said, how about I pick them up today? Henry Lewis, how are you doing? I'm doing really good, actually, now that I've got these. So that was a bit of a background story, a little bit of a heart attack I was having there, because Rapido has made 150 of each of these locomotives. We got 6454 here in the display case, and I got 6402 just behind that we're going to use for demonstration of the lighting and the sounds. So as soon as they said, well, they're going to be mailed off tomorrow, I said I'll go pick them up. It's only a 2-hour drive, so it ended up being a 3-hour drive, plus I got lunch. But there it is. If they would have mailed them out, they would have been here by Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And I work away from home, and I really wanted to be here when I got these, because I'm a little excited. These are really cool looking. I could actually take some live video of the real things going through. They go past the yards that I work in a lot. And yesterday I actually saw a 6454. I was pulling 4 coaches behind it. So I'll lift this whole display case up so you guys can see it. Pull it back. I'm not going to tip it around too much. It's just a plastic display case, but you know what? It looks pretty good. And that'll keep the dirt off them. I don't run passenger on my layout very often. Now that I have a couple, I probably will. But I'm pretty sure these are going to be sitting on the left side and the right side of my TV downstairs. So everybody else can pop by and have a look at them, family-wise. So, Peter, how are you? Sparky, you lucky son of, I don't know what B stands for. How are you doing? You get the kids all to bed? So there is 6402. The one side of it says auto window. We'll get this turned around a little bit. I got some cords attached to it. Hopefully this is a little bit better than what my last video was of this stuff. Well, look at you. Is this for me? Yeah, the video is for you. Hi, Ron. How you doing? Could have swore I just talked to you on the phone. Container Man and 2448 Toy Man, I think you guys have some talking to do about a decoder I have sitting in my house. So, I didn't, but good try. Those are some beautiful locomotives. Thank you, Drepper. 789. Just so you guys know, tonight there is super chat down there at the bottom. It's that little dollar symbol. If you guys hit that, I have a little bit more of a surprise for you. Instead of me just yelling out your name and saying you guys did a super chat, I got, well, it's not a cowbell. I don't think Eric's here yet, but Eric does a cowbell. I got him beat. I know I got him beat. So anybody hits that super chat and I actually see it, got a little bit of a surprise for you. So, back to the train. Rapido, via Rail Canada, went to Rapido, talked to Jason and said, listen, because it's Canada's 150th birthday, I want you to do 150 locomotives of 6402, and I believe it was 6454. So he agreed, and I won't tell you a conversation I had with one of his employees about that later. But he agreed, and here they are. Hillbilly Railroad. You can send them to me. I think everybody's going to want these. Okay, so we've got separately applied grab irons on the front. Doors don't open, which is probably a good thing. I'm going to tip it over to the top here so you can have a good look at the top. I like the fact it's got 2 horns on it. It's got a 3 chime and a 2 chime. And if I can back it up into the light a bit for you, you can see some of the grills, radiators. Back here, I believe that is the diesel generator exhaust. And right back down there is a coupler cut lever. And see if I can get that in the picture a little bit for you. Nope, not really. But it is just as thin as a hair, I'm telling you. Every time I touch it, I'm like, oh no, I broke it. So we'll see if we can get this thing fired up. $2448 Toyman says, thanks, Dave. It will look good on my layout. Well, it's probably funny that you said that because I'm going to be bringing this one and the other one over to your layout probably to have you break them in for me. And let's see, what else do I have for you to break in? Since we're onto your layout a little bit, the other thing I got that I'm going to have to bring over to your layout. We got an AC 6000 Paragon 3 with smoke. Now I've got the Paragon 2 with smoke, so at some point I'm going to do a video on the comparison of the two of those, see what the difference is between Paragon 2 and Paragon 3. Might even read the manual first. And then I do have a decoder install that you have to do for me. I can get that out. And that's this one here from Germany. I was going to install the decoder myself, but with all the shipping charges and the exchange rate and everything else, this thing was, well, it was very expensive. So yeah, you're installing a decoder in that too. That's why I call you Dad, always looking out for me. Drunk B Model Railroader, how are you doing, buddy? See, you got one of these locomotives the other day. How are you liking it? Well, I don't need that tack for this. Get that up there. Zane's grab bag. Hey, Sparky. Hey, Zane. So we'll see if we can get this fired up for you. So there's the startup sequence. And that would be the F8 button. F1 is the, F0 is the headlights. F1 we got is the bell. F2 we have is the horn and the bell. I see my moderator is at work. They saying bad things out there or what? Cool even comes with sound. Yep, DCC and sound. I got fruit flies everywhere in this house. It's just driving me nuts. So we got F3 is the slow Doppler horn. Well, that one I kind of like. It's not too bad. I don't know how often I'd use that, but F5 is turn on and off the HEP. So that's the generator in the back. Hi Nancy, how are you doing? we'll shut that off. So we got F11 is the fast Doppler. If I can make that work. Names, trains, and things. That looks a little bit better, buddy. So that was the fast Doppler. We can do that one again, since I had problems with it. So with the NCE system, you have to kind of hit Option if it's set up. Now the 1. And if it's set up. Gee, Ron, you're going to be really busy. Peter's going to bring over his F40 for you to break into. I don't think Ron really owns any of his own locomotives because, well, he owns one. Where we just did that CP rail one, put it all together, added the decoder and the lights. So yeah, he owns one, but he's got a lot of everybody else's locos over there. F12 is a Hostler switching mode. I have no idea what that really means. F15 is the emergency horn. Which incidentally you have to shut off.
I didn't think I'd live to see it, but for once they've given us something other than second-rate entertainment. What's that? Third-rate entertainment. Did you come in here to be entertained or not? That's right. What's right? We came in here to be entertained, and we're not.
Okay, so the emergency horn has the chef and the guys in the balcony from the Muppets. Drunk Beat, does yours do that on the F15? Because I agree, I would probably use F15 a lot more than I would use the slow Doppler horn, that's for sure. F19 is turn off the number boards. F23 is brake release. And F24 is the brake. Now, F4 is the full throttle function. So, you move that forward one spot. Go back a little bit. Hit F4. And now I can rev it up. Hi Matt, how are you doing? Nicholas, I don't think it's possessed, it's just Rapido. And that's revved up to full. And now rev it back down to 0. Now that super chat is down there at the bottom, guys. That little dollar sign. Hit that. See what happens. I hit it myself, but just doesn't do anything. I tried it. So that's pretty much all the sound functions. The lighting functions, you take a little bit of a look at that. There's the full lights on the front. F19 is the number boards. And for some reason this thing doesn't want to shut off its headlights. Hit the direction, it shuts off everything. Almost looks like there's a light sticking out the top, but it's just a little piece of gray plastic. So, and there I went and got quiet on me. Mr. Greenwood, how are you doing? I'm going to add another track to this section here. Put reverse, speed step 1. And you can see a little crack at the top around the number boards where the light would leak out of that. Not too worried about that. Going to break it in a little bit more though, I think. That's one speed step in reverse. That's just for you, Nicholas. Yeah, I think all locomotives can use a keep alive, Nicholas, but it also helps to have really good track. Right here is, well, it's the old easy track that I had, and right there's got a big gap in it, so. Randy's Rock and Roll McCarter. That's crawling. Well, it is kind of small. I didn't bring out my little speedometer piece. But we could have actually saw how slow it was going. He's almost off screen, so I'll switch it back the other way. We're going to hit F4. Ralph Greenwood says, pretty good, Sparky. Thank you very much. Me and Sparky, happy the Leafs are actually doing good for a change. Well, it's the first 10 games there, Peter. They start out good out of the gate, and usually after 10 they go for a bit of a dip, so hopefully they don't do that anymore. I'm on 28 speed steps right now. If you want, I can change that over once I get it stopped. And Peter, what you got to do is bring yours over to Ron's place, and I'll bring mine over to Ron's place, and we'll just check out the difference in the two. I think it's just the paint scheme, though. Okay, so that was 28 speed steps. Now I've changed it to 128. Can't really see that. There you go. Hit reverse, one speed step. And we'll just let that go. I didn't notice when I first took it out, we got Sinclair antennas there, antenna there, we got an antenna over here, the air conditioning system up top. Do have a beacon. This is going to be the biggest problem with getting a new locomotive, is going through the functions and finding out what buttons to hit. That's not it. Well, strobe light started anyway. But it's kind of messing up. It's like mixing stuff up. Matt says, Sparky, too bad this doesn't have a function of Jason Schwan yelling at posers at people. Well, I did happen to find 3 Easter eggs on it. So if I go to F16,
but for once they've given us something other than second-rate entertainment. What's that? Third-rate entertainment. Did you come in here to be entertained or not? That's right. What's right? We came in here to be entertained, and we're not.
and F17. This time doesn't do that. F18. So I guess it's all mixed up now. I'll just go on.
I didn't think I'd live to see it, but for once they've given us something other than second-rate entertainment. What's that? Third-rate entertainment.
NS Mahler Tim, how are you doing? So bring that up a little bit closer to the camera. And again, go forward, up to 5 feet speed steps. And then 5 feet speed steps backwards. ATSF, Ventressburg. Hi Dave, this is Tom. Limited edition Rapido Loco looks and sounds and runs great. You are a lucky son of a gun to get your hands on such a limited product. I was working at a train show and Rapido was there, and a couple of the guys came over and kind of told me about it. So I kind of jumped on the opportunity. Plus I do get the Rapido newsletter too, so. Cops, watch your language or someone's going to kick you off. I like that one. Okay guys, so that's a good look at the Rapido's F40PH-2D rebuild with the 150 Canada paint scheme. And that pretty much wraps up the live stream. It's just getting a good look at this locomotive and getting to hear it and getting to watch it on the track. So if we got a few more comments, I'll wait a few minutes and then we'll sign her off. Okay. NS Modeler Tim, I don't know if my computer, but that thing is loud. It is probably loud. Ventressburg N Scaler, Rapido did an excellent job on the sounds. I think they did. If I can, I just got to get the functions figured out. Stop pushing 2 buttons at once, probably. I think that's one of the problems I've got with my NCE system is when I hit the option button, it actually, if I hit option 2, it's supposed to hit 12, but sometimes it hits 2 and 12 at the same time. So, go ahead, somebody say something bad about NCE. Oh, look, Toyman did already. Surprise, surprise. Drunk Bee Mauer Railroader. Hey, they announced these on October 1st, and like 6454 sold out after like 3 days. I was on there the very first night. Thinking of getting it next year. I'll sell you one next year, Peter. Might not be cheap though. Matt, have you done a video of yours? You got the 6454? Did you get it yet? Dr. Pepper says, very nice locomotive. Thank you, sir. Nancy Jones, now Sparky, keep that book. No putting it away where you don't read it. Well, the good news is I got 2 of these books, so if I lose one, I still got the other one. So we're doing okay that way. Well, I'm going to play with my locomotive for a little bit while you guys sit here and have a little chat. Looks like it's a little discussion about NCE and Digitrax. I'm not going to say which one's the best, because I've played with Digitrax. If I don't have my glasses on, I crash trains because I can't read the buttons. They're just too small. But if you look at the NCE system, all the buttons are nice and big. The display is nice and big. It's even lit. Not like Digitrax. But I'm not getting into an argument about Digitrax and NCE right now. Not unless Pops wants to come over here and we'll have a discussion live. Okay, guys, so that pretty much wraps up the live stream. Just run this a couple more times, and then I'll shut off the live stream. And nobody did a super chat, so I couldn't even hit the nice button that I've got figured out for this. That sucks. Oh well, maybe next time. Okay, guys. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you later on.